You ready to go? We're live now. Okay. Okay, welcome to Lissy Woolen Stadium. We're going out live on YouTube tonight for the round 6 game, SSE Electricity First Division game, Athlone Town versus Cabinteely. I'm joined by Tom Silk here. We'll go through the teams in a couple of minutes, just waiting for Cabinteely to enter the stadium. But Tom, Athlone on a great run. Win tonight would really cement their place at the top of the table.
Yeah, going very well. Obviously 4 wins in a draw, so I'm sure Cabs is looking for much of the same tonight. Another home game, so I'm sure he'd hope to come away with another 3 points.
Absolutely. So the Athlone Town lineup is there's one change in the side from the team that started last week. So we start off with Micheál Schlingerman in goal. Oisin Duffy, who deputised for the injured Aidan Friel, is back in again this week. Aidan is still injured. Derek Daly will play at left back. Then we have Dan McKenna, Killian Cantwell, Adam Wickstead, Jimmy Hollywood, Curtis Byrne, Shane Barnes. Shane is in to start. He scored that cracker of a goal last week here. It was a Gascoigne-esque finish to wrap the game up for Athlone, a 3-0 win. That was against Bray last week. James Duna starts as well on the left, and Dylan Hand also plays at the back. So Dylan Hand and Killian Cantwell will be the 2 centre backs. On the bench for Athlone, Caelan Rice, Scott Delaney, David Brooks, Jonathan Carlin, Tamala Toulouse, Jack Watson, Tristan Noah Kaufman, Stephen Meaney and Brandon McCann. As the Cabinteely team comes out here now, Adam Hayden starts in goal again, with the rest of the start 11 are Daniel Blackburn, Mitchell Byrne, Owen Massey, Dean Casey, Zach O'Neill, Villius Labutus, Niall Barnes, Jordan Payne, Kieran Marty Waters and Ben Hanrahan. So there are actually 5 changes from last week's team on the Cabinteely side, with Mitchell Byrne, Owen Massey, Villius Labutus, Niall Barnes and Ben Hanrahan coming into the side. And the one enforced change was Kevin Knight, who's out suspended tonight for Cabinteely. Last season, Cabinteely drew down here in the stadium and against Athlone and won here in the stadium, and the game was a draw up in Stradbrook. It's been a number of seasons, Tom, since Athlone beats actually Cabinteely. So again, next little bit of spice in the game tonight. A team that they haven't got one over in a couple of seasons.
Yeah, I think look, Cabinteely seem to be a fairly young side, of 1 or 2 experienced lads in it. But again, Cabs as a brand new 11 starting tonight than you had last season. So listen, if they can kick on as they have from the first 5 games, I'd be expecting Athlone to take away 3 points again tonight.
Okay. We'll just about to have a minute's silence coming up shortly in memory of Kevin Gilligan. Kevin Gilligan was a musician in town, but was the official piper for the club for many years. Okay, and again, that was a minute's silence in memory of Kevin Gilligan, an Athlone Town fan who passed away recently, and he was official piper for the club for many years here in advance of some big games. Our virtual mascot tonight is Charlie Wharton from Limerick, and Charlie is a huge Curtis Byrne fan. Curtis had a message up on our social media platforms this week for Charlie. Charlie had a nice picture of him there in a River Plate jersey, so hello to Charlie. I know he recently had Curtis is a former Hibs player, and Charlie sent a jersey up here which was signed by Curtis, which is a nice touch. And so Charlie, huge fan. Hopefully we can pull 3 points out for you tonight in today's game, Charlie. So best of luck to you. Adrian Carby, our first team manager. Adrian takes charge of his 24th league game in his 2nd season as manager here with the club. And obviously the record has improved an awful lot this year with the new squad. And Pat Devlin, his opposite number, former manager here of Athlone Town, had the pleasure of playing for Pat many years ago myself, and he's taken in charge of his 86th league game with Cabinteely tonight. So again, it looks like Cabinteely picking up a back four, Tom. They started last week with a back four, and the week before that they tied between back three, back four over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's looking there tonight, Gordon. That looks like it's a definite back four with four in midfield at the moment, and maybe two up top. Obviously, they'll be well aware of the threat that Athlone have in the top three players, which against most teams can cause problems.
Yeah, the white man for Athlone, James Duna and Adam Wickstead have been on fire since the start of the season. Both in among the goals, both well in among the assists as well. So, ball forward by Cabinteely, just picked up by Killian Cantwell. Puts that one out of play with his left foot. So our match officials tonight, we have Alan Carey in the middle, we have David Berry, assistant ref, Connor Fitzgibbon, assistant ref, and fourth official is Mark Lynch. So it'll be a throw in for Athlone Town, far side, Derek Daly. So Athlone have set up again in a familiar 4-2-3-1 formation. Hollywood and Dan McKenna will anchor that midfield for Athlone. Ball played forward, Oisin Duffy. That's Shane Barnes in behind the defence. Shane plays it across into the box and it's cleared. It's well dealt with by Blackburn. Good clearance by Blackburn, but again, Oisin Duffy plays the ball outside to Shane Barnes. Shane Barnes was introduced last week with about 22 minutes to go and scored an absolute cracking goal. Again, we talked a lot, Tom, about how he gets behind defences and uses his pace, and that was the first example after inside 2 minutes.
Yeah, he's a real threat for balls like that. Fairness, super play by Oisin Duffy, but that's the type of service that Barnes is going to thrive on, little balls in down the channels, because he is very quick. As you say, last week when he came on, for the 20 minutes he came on, he was very, very good.
Short corner for Athlone doesn't work out. It's just a small sight of danger there. With number 26 Jordan Payne playing on the left side here. If he got a hold of that, I think he had Niall Barnes coming through the middle. There's an opportunity, but there's a great switch out to James Duna on the left wing. Duna over there with Massey, plays over, hits the cross, just runs out. So again, something we talked about again last week, Tom, a lot was how quickly Athlone can counter-attack, and that was a big switch there. Play across to James Duna. Okay, the cross didn't come off, but it was again a really quick turnaround and attacking opportunity.
Yeah, as we spoke about Curtis Byrne, he's an exceptional player when he has the ball. He is able to do that to teams. Short passes, long passes, change the direction of the play. But obviously, when you have the two wingers that Athlone have, you're going to try and get the ball out to them as quick as you can. So Adam Hayden, ball runs out of play. Almost takes out our sideline cam there. We may laugh about it, but Anthony Quinn, our technical guy here behind the scenes, won't be too fond of seeing a broken camera. So Niall Barnes tried to play that down the line. Ball runs out. Be another throw in. And I'm not sure Alan Carey what he whistled there for. McKenna and Duffy. Duffy plays it back to Cantwell. Cantwell looks to go forward. Plays it over the top. Wickstead might get a touch on that. Wickstead takes it in, but it's taken away by 22 there. So it's actually Dean Casey, yeah. Dean Casey, of course, is a former Athlone player. And he'll be a huge threat tonight again from set pieces. He's scored 2 direct free kicks this season. So he's a lovely left foot on him, and he'll be a danger for him. Kind of deep free kicks, corners, etc. But 2 direct free kicks scored already this season. One versus UCD, and another one I think was against Wexford.
So Barnes holds it up, gets it out to Oisin Duffy. Duffy opposite, cut inside, crosses with his left foot to the far post. Just headed away by Blackburn, I think it was on the far side. Duffy has it again. Plays it out with his left foot out to Doon on the left. Derek Daly looks to go over the overlap and he has it. Early cross, it's cut short, comes to the edge of the box. It's picked up by Niall Barnes. Barnes plays that ball just ahead of Jordan Payne.
Again, Gordon, same as last week. It's obviously an area that Cabinteely does a lot of work in, is when they have throw-ins. Nearly all the time when Athlone get a throw, they keep possession, which a lot of teams don't work at.
Absolutely, and I know from looking at the Cabinteely setup, a lot of their throw-ins, they use a lot of long throw-ins last season, whereas this season it's still something, it's a weapon in their armoury, but not using as much. But they do try and get the ball back to the thrower and get balls in the box very quickly after the throw. Curtis Burns now. Curtis was fouled initially by Niall Barnes. Curtis looking at the switch, gets it back to Dylan Hand. Again, this partnership between Hand and Cantwell has been very impressive so far, Tom.
Yeah, it's been key to the Athlone's success at the moment. The two lads at the back. I know Cantwell got man of the match last week, but Dylan Hand could have easily put his. He easily could have got it. But the two of them are playing very well together. They complement one another. Cantwell likes to go and attack the balls. Dylan Hand covers in behind.
There's a goal already in the first division. UCD have gone 1-0 up on Wexford, down in Wexford. So here's Barnes again, making that little run, just plays it too far ahead of Duna. Duna, who just momentarily come across onto the right wing. Dean Casey will take the throw in. Header contested there by Kieran Matthew Waters and Cantwell. Dylan Hand rolls it back to Micheál Schlingerman. So Cabinteely as yet haven't really had an attack in anger. Athlone dominating possession so far, and it's just 7.5 minutes gone. Curtis Byrne wins it back there from Cabinteely, played back by Wickstead. Wickstead is doing a run inside, that's very well cut out by Daniel Blackburn. Again, that's probably his second good interception tonight, Tom.
Yeah, he looks lively. He's going to have his hands full out there tonight, but so far looks like he's a match for James Doon out there. But when Wickstead and Doona get going, they are a real threat going forward. Curtis Byrne, in fairness, is getting on the ball there. Very unlucky one or two of his passes, but if they give him time, he will cause problems.
Absolutely, he'll keep probing. So Sean Matthew Waters there trying to contest the ball with Dylan Hand, and it's headed away by Cantwell now. Derek Daly at left back plays it forward. Picked up by Barnes with Blackburn in close attention. Blackburn wins it back. Jamie Hollywood will find Cantwell. Wickstead is wide. I'll go back to Schlingerman. Cantwell, he's always looking for that ball just to drop one over the top. He's very good at it. It's not just a hoof. He does find players and drop all over defences, Tom, very well.
Yeah, like tonight he has Meany isn't starting tonight, but he's a different option with Barnes in behind the defenders, while Meany likes to get the ball knocked up and hold it up. So you're going to see different runs made tonight.
James Doona does well to keep that one in, flicks it back to Derek Daly. They formed a very good partnership in a short time. Ball into Barnes again, holds up while he flicks around the corner. It was a good interception by Mitchell Byrne that time. But again, Shane Barnes getting the ball into feet, trying to link play. Derek Daly tries one over the top to Barnes. He's got pace, but he's not going to be that quick. Adam Hayden had a good high position, read it very well, and makes it look easy. Cabinteely, of course, to be hoping Tom to get back on tracks. They've lost their last 2 games. I think conceded 3 in each game, but I know from the Shelburne game, the first goal was a penalty, and they can go for you against you. The second goal they conceded was a worldie by Shane Farrell from Shells, and then the third goal was a deflected free kick. So I mean, on paper, conceding those 3 goals,
yeah, listen,
didn't look good, but
they have a young squad, so. And if they do get a win tonight, it keeps them in the top half of the table, and I'm sure that's their aim would be, is to stay in the top half with the quality of teams that are in the first division this season.
Yeah. Curtis Byrne again, look for that switch over to doing it. That one's going to reach him. Just can he get it down in time? He cuts inside. He's in on his right foot. His chance to shoot. It's blocked again. Blackburn with the block. So it'll be Athlone's second corner. First one from the opposite side of the stadium here.
Again, going a super switch of play from Curtis Byrne. 40-yard diag ball creates another chance for Athlone.
Yeah, doing it in Wickstead, they just give you that width, and I mean, I suppose when you have, as you say, when you have a player like Byrne who can switch the play, it's really worth your while staying out wide, hugging that touchline. You're going to get ball to feet. So Hollywood with the corner, plays it to the back post. It's going to come to Curtis Byrne. It's going to be a difficult one to deal with. He gets it down. Gets it back to Wickstead. Wickstead has Oisin Duffy. Duffy is the option to cross here. Takes a touch. Cantwell is still in the box. It's probably a bit close to the keeper. Adam Hayden won't make any fuss with that. Played forward by Hayden. Derek Daly wins the header there. He contested that ball. Contested there with Ben Hanrahan. In fact, I think I said at the start, Cabinteely had 5 changes. They actually had four changes from last week. Hanrahan did actually start last week. So far, Cabinteely conceded 5 goals in the league. One of them was an OG. They've scored 7. Sorry, he's conceded 7 and scored 5, I think. So Dan McKenna picking up. Tends to pick up that deep position and get on the play and try and dictate things. Tom, he's done it very well for a number of weeks now.
Yeah, he does a very effective job in there for Athlone. Himself and Jamie Hollywood, more than the 2 centre backs, two of them in midfield have formed a good partnership. Sometimes you see them swap as the half goes on, but McKenna normally starts off first 20-25 minutes just sitting in front of the back, very tidy in the ball, very rarely gives it away.
Barnes plays into Duna. Duna has help inside. Can he get on his right foot? It's blocked down. Curtis Byrne in there trying to battle for this. There's good play by Athlone, and Adam Hayden does well in the Cabinteely goal. That was a huge chance. Might get a chance to see that in a couple of minutes. We'll just see why we've Byrne in behind the defence here, plays it over. It's just going to be overhit. Hanrahan won't get near that one.
Yeah, as you say, it was a great chance for Athlone. Doing it very unlucky, but credit has to go to Adam Hayden in goal for Cabinteely. Done very well.
Ball played forward by Derek Daly. Picked up by Blackburn. Plays it over. Dylan Hand will deal with that. Quickly plays it into midfield. Picking up. Zach O'Neill just lost out to Curtis Byrne. Curtis Byrne is Wickstead ahead, but is cut out by Dean Casey. Niall Barnes, he has Casey outside. Casey just gets around, gets the ball in. It was dealt with by Dylan Hand, and Wickstead completes the clearance, takes the pressure off Athlone. It's headed back in. Dylan Hand just got under that one a little bit. Hanrahan tried to get behind Daly, but Daly gets on it.
Fairness to Cabinteely there, as a super ball in by Dean Casey. It's just unfortunate for them that no one was in the right area for them, but it was a smashing ball in. He made an awful lot of ground up the wing. Himself and Niall Barnes combining well, but a smashing ball in.
Yeah, Casey played here a couple of seasons ago for Athlone, and he was a real energetic full-back, wing-back type player. Got forward, hurt the opposition a lot. Very energetic, but I say he's huge quality. If we see him in set pieces tonight, Athlone. There's a big a meg nut there again from Adam Wickstead. He gives us one every week.
He's consistent, yeah, in fairness. Won the second half last week and same again tonight.
Cantwell restarts play early. Hollywood plays the ball into Barnes, was won by Blackburn. Blackburn, his ball forward is cut out by McKenna. McKenna out to hand. So it's two best chances, Tom, inside 15 minutes have fallen to Athlone. Cabinteely just that one ball in the box that was dealt with a couple of minutes ago, but
yeah, Athlone have started well. They've got their passing game going. Curtis Byrne has seen loads of the ball at the back. They haven't been under a whole lot of pressure, but yeah, a good start. Cabs will be happy.
Yeah, Oisin Duffy just misread that bounce there, so he's going to have to deal with Niall Barnes. Barnes looking to get it on his left foot, gets across in, played away by Cantwell, comes out to Zach O'Neill.
One little thing there, Gordon, is when Niall Barnes was on it, Cabinteely were happy to keep her forward to back. It's unusual that Dean Casey wasn't bombing up the wing to give him a hand.
No, Wickstead with a bit of space. He's going to be confronted by Casey. Gets inside on his left foot. He takes a strike. Just hits the side net and not far off, Tom.
Yeah, very, very good effort. But he has that in his locker that he can go inside, outside. Same thing last week. He had in the second half. He had a similar effort. But himself and doing it are very, very good when they're under game.
Yeah, so I suppose 3 attempts from Athlone of note.
Just there to see Shane Barnes starting up front. You mightn't see it a whole lot here live on the camera, but his work rate up there, he's causing the 2 centre halves. I don't know whether to drop in after him or if he's going to be under his shoulder. In fairness, he's working between them. They have their hands full with him tonight. Yeah,
he's been dropping in out, and a couple times he's been right on the shoulder of Blackburn. And Blackburn has done well so far in those situations. Cantwell plays over the top. If won't reach doing it, head it back. Again, Shane Barnes just trying to in there chase and hassling. Hayden over to Barnes. Barnes can't keep that into play. It's the second time Hayden, I think, has tried to pick out Barnes on this left wing. Something I noticed during the week, if Hayden in goal, if he does get a chance, he'll kick one long quickly. He'll pinpoint somebody with a long kick out, a quick counter attack.
Yeah.
Even a long throw, he's very good at it. He can set up an attack, and he can have Cabinteely up in your box in seconds. So it's something that Athlone will have to be very wary of as the game goes on. Doing to place this one in just over the top. Wickstead and Byrne were kind of coming in at the back, but ball just runs too far. Waters heads that one on, but Dylan Hand sweeps around behind his left back Derek Daly. Barnes getting up there with Blackburn. Blackburn again does well. Ball over here with Oisin Duffy now, and Byrne. Byrne's in on his right foot. There's a chance here from maybe he can't get a strike off. There's just enough cover there with Dan McKenna coming across, and Dylan Hand and Cantwell there just to make it difficult that time on Barnes, Tom.
Yeah, the two of them nice and composed in there, didn't panic, took the time, and nice pass out of the defence. Just Niall Barnes, in fairness, anytime he's on it, he's not afraid to have a go. Similar to last week, Oisin Duffy's going to have his hands full with the winger.
There's Wickstead now. Wickstead with a bit of space in front of the goal. He takes a strike with his left, and it's gone over the bar. So again, just a sign of that danger of Wickstead when he gets it and comes inside in that left foot. He has huge quality. He won't be too happy with the strike, but in fairness, he has shown now twice 2 shots off. Didn't get one on target yet, but you can't keep giving a player of his quality that type of space, Tom.
No, it's something similar to the game against Galway here, that in the first 20 minutes he ran riot that night, and then Galway eventually made 2 substitutions on their left side, left full and left wing back, ended up being taken off because he had a night that everything went right for him. So far he started very well for Athlone again tonight.
Curtis Byrne gets on her with a little bit of space. He's got Barnes, makes the runs, cut out by Blackburn very well. Marty Waters keeps this one in. Ball played in, a little bit of a foot rest here between Waters and Dan McKenna. Dan McKenna gets goal side. Waters comes inside. Across the box, but it's dealt with again by Killian Cantwell. Here's Duna on the raid again. Plays it down to Barnes. Barnes has Blackburn there. Barnes will get there first this time. Comes inside, finds Duna. Duna has Cantwell in the middle. Pushing Duffy out on the right hand. Wickstead, ball played to Wickstead. If he can keep that in, now he's an opportunity to get in behind again. Back in on his left foot. Plays a little dink one in. It's away, headed away by Blackburn. And that'll be a free kick. So it'll be a free in.
Yeah, in fairness, McKenna was brave. He wasn't pulling out of that ball.
Yeah, just a free kick conceded by Lebutis. Back in the squad tonight, or back in the team. Derek Daly might take this one. He's swung a couple in this season with his left foot. He can be dangerous. He can hit them direct as well. Might be just a little bit too far out, Tom.
Yeah, I'd say probably put it into the box. Probably a little bit far out for him to take on the shot.
Hollywood is there as well. Hollywood's going to take this. He plays down the line to Wickstead. Wickstead on his right foot. The ball is shout for corner, but linesman is right on it, so not given.
Yeah, unlucky in fairness. Obviously a training ground drill that they done. Just the cross got a deflection from Wickstead, but you can see that they're working at it.
Yeah, I think Dean Casey, took the sting out of the cross. Bit of a late challenge that time. Yeah, Zach O'Neill. Yeah, just a little bit late. Probably won't get away with too many of those nowadays.
Might have in your time, Gordon. Not now.
No, maybe. Now again, Wickstead getting a bit of play behind Dean Casey. Plays it over his right foot. Ball comes to Curtis Byrne. Curtis Byrne with the right foot. Great save by Adam Hayden. He didn't have much time, Curtis Byrne. It's a great ball back by Adam Wickstead. We just catch a replay here.
I think it took a slight deflection off Zach O'Neill, in fairness. He closed him down very quick.
You see what Wickstead this time goes on his right foot on the outside. There was no backlift on the strike, but it was a good strike to get off, but a super save by Adam Hayden for Cabinteely. So Hollywood takes the corner again. Swung in right into 6 box, just over Cantwell, who was free. Byrne plays it forward. Or Barnes, sorry, I should say, played it forward. Couple of bodies streaming forward here. Barnes again, comes in on his right foot. Strike from long range, and Slingerman. Well, I think he had it covered, but it was Jordan Payne with the strike coming inside. So I've got to give a shout out here. We've a viewer from California, a good friend of mine, Paul O'Sullivan, former Athlone Town youth goalkeeper as well in his day. So hello to Paul all the way out in California watching the game tonight. So ball in again. Here's Wickstead playing through the middle there. Comes back. Mitchell Byrne did well there for Cabinteely to stop that little bit of play there by Wickstead. Dylan Hall pulled for the free. Ball blocked down by Hollywood. There's Mitchell Byrne with the clearance. He only goes as far as doing it, but he's lost possession. Owen Massey there plays it forward. Athlone just looking to get balls in behind Cabinteely, Tom, and they're getting a little bit of joy.
Yeah, they're looking for the run of Barnes at doing a Wickstead, and they are. Yeah, they're very, very close to one of them coming off.
Cabinteely just trying to build a little bit of play through the centre there. Well played out to Wickstead, takes it down very well, gets into Barnes, Barnes to Byrne just tried to hit Duna, just didn't come off from, but as well cut out by Owen Massey. So Payne trying to come inside, plays over the top to Sean Marty Waters, or Kieran Marty Waters I should say. He's cut around Cantwell. The referee has called for something here. I think it's a free kick. I think the initial pull came from outside the box, even though Kieran Marty Waters went down inside the box.
I think he's very lucky to get away with that, Gordon. I think it might have happened inside the box, but we'll take the free kick at the edge.
Yeah, I think I have to say we try to be balanced here, as we say every week. In fairness to, I'm sure there's a lot of Cabinteely fans tuned in tonight, and I suppose as former Athlone players we would have to put up our hands in a bit. I think Athlone were lucky there, you know, very lucky.
Still a very dangerous position, but in my opinion it was inside the box, but they still have to defend it.
So again, we mentioned Dean Casey. He's got that quality in his left foot. He's quite likely to hit this now, go direct rather than try and find someone. He's got massive qualities, he said, in that left foot. He's 2 direct free kicks scored already this season. And I suppose if I was him, I'd actually have a crack here, I think.
Yeah, that loan are very, very deep. He's going to be whipped in with a lot of pace.
2-man wall for Athlone with Duna and Barnes. And then just in the hole, there's Dan McKenna. Niall Barnes is in there just in front of Cantwell. We're going to see a little bit of movement here now from Cabinteely, I'd imagine. But I'd surprise if Casey doesn't shoot. He does. It's blocked down the wall, does his job. That'll be a corner to Cabinteely. And
I think Dean Casey will be disappointed there. He should have done an awful lot better for the position it was in with a free kick.
So quick one taken out to Payne. Payne will get it back to Casey with a better angle across. He whips it in. It goes right in. Schlingerman deals with that very well. Got to be said. Michael Schlingerman, he was under a bit of pressure, but he made it look easy. Ball. Will that ball bounce and run in behind? Almost did. It was tidied up by O'Neill there. Zach O'Neill tidied up, did well, dropping back in from the quick counter from, we mentioned, I think Adam Hayden, the Cabinteely goalkeeper, that was right out of his book. Michael Schlingerman with the quick restart.
Yeah, it's great to see as a defender when your keeper calls and collects and catches. It takes huge pressure off all the defence.
So again, just a little example of Casey's quality. He got a better cross in that time from the corner, from the short corner. Got a better angle worked, but Michael Schlingerman equal to it. Ball played forward there. Cabinteely just dropped into the box. Dan McKenna heads it away. Payne keeps it alive. Byrne on his left foot plays it. Second time he's overhit across with the left foot to the back post, but it's still there. It's Kieran Barry. Sorry, that's number 11 actually. Shot blocked down. Another chance. Cabinteely just starting to get a little bit of play here.
Yeah, the last 2 or 3 minutes, Marty Waters is causing the back four for Athlone a few problems. Comfortable save for Schlingerman. Barnes is off again.
So Oisin Duffy, he's going to have to go back to Cantwell. Dan McKenna was hoping we'd go for maybe forward that time, but we're back out the other side at Athlone. Derek Daly. Cabinteely trying a high line. Wickstead is in there. It pulls on it, doesn't come. It drops, and it's an offside flag against Shane Barnes. But that was the first time we've seen Cabinteely really try and push out Tom and keep a high line, and they almost got caught straight away.
They were a little bit higher, and it was kind of Wickstead who was cutting inside, who was trying to bend his run, but he was, in fairness, he was probably 2 or 3 yards gone the wrong side.
And it was actually Barnes who had the second chance snap at it there, who was offside. So I suppose a little let off for Cabinteely, but again a sign of that threat from Athlone, that counter-attacking threat. And but it has to be said, just coming up on 30 minutes, Cabinteely have got a little bit into the game in the last 5 minutes or so, and shown a little bit of threat.
Yeah, the last 5-6 minutes they've had more of the ball, and they were getting Marty Waters on it up front.
Header there by Duffy, comes straight to Casey, who drives one in outside of his left foot. Ball was swerving, but it was blocked down by, I think it was Hollywood. So Wickstead here plays it down the line to Barnes. Mitchell Byrne had to just effect the clearance there, stick it in the stand, get his troops back around. Rushing Duffy, looking for Curtis Byrne down the line, it doesn't happen. Shane Barnes flicks it to Wickstead. Wickstead has it coming in on his left foot again, thought about the shot, then tried to switch it, but that was cut out by Owen Massey. Right back there for Cabinteely. Ball with Casey. He's got Barnes in front of him. Barnes comes inside, plays the ball around the corner. There's a big chance here for Cabinteely. Schlingerman gets down, does well. Kieran Marty Waters just getting in behind the Athlone defence. Quick throw by Schlingerman to Curtis Byrne, who hits Hollywood. Hollywood looks to switch, but again it hasn't happened. There's a couple of times we've tried to switch it out to doing it quickly, and it hasn't happened tonight.
Yeah, in fairness to Blackburn, for Cabinteely, his positioning so far in the first half hour has been excellent.
Big switch by Payne over to Byrne. Wishing Duffy should see this one out, and he does. It'll be a throw for Athlone. Again, quick restart from Schlingerman. Ball then from Hollywood, ends up in midfield where Hollywood almost got to Duna, but Duna is a huge threat. He just stays pressed on there, and that Cabinteely defence are really going to have to stay alive. Ball thrown down to Barnes. Comes off, and I think it'll be a Cabinteely throw. Duffy with the header has to concede the throw in. Byrne gets it back out to Casey. He'll be looking for his left foot. He gets a good cross in, but no bodies inside in the danger area for Cabinteely. It's picked up easily by Schlingerman. So Cantwell gets it over the hand, his defensive partner. Ball comes to Hollywood, who has dropped out into the right full spot momentarily. Pushing Duffy, plays around the corner to Wickstead. Wickstead under a little bit of pressure from Labutus. So Cabinteely just happy enough to have the play in front of them, Tom, at the moment.
Yeah, they're keeping the two banks of four. Back four are very, very steady. Two lads in midfield for them are working very, very hard. Casey and Barnes out on the left seem to link up as much as they can, and the last 7-8 minutes Marty Waters has caused a few problems for the two centre halves at Athlone.
Ball cleared forward by Labutus. Killian Cantwell has a lot of time there under no real pressure. Ball just thrown out the hand quickly, and Dan McKenna picks it up. He's got Hollywood inside, and Cantwell bring it out the far side. A lot of work for Hanrahan here. He's going to close Cantwell down. Cantwell steps inside very well. He's got McKenna, and he has Duna out way on the left. So Duna takes on Payne, who's back defending, helping out his right back, Owen Massey. So the game probably hasn't sparked as much as some of the other games we've seen here so far, Tom, this season.
Yeah, Athlone, the last 5 or 6 minutes have probably haven't been in the midfield. McKenna and Hollywood haven't been on the ball as much as they probably would like to be. But yet, Wickstead, Duna are pushed on. They are always a threat if they can get the ball. Byrne, McKenna, Hollywood get it and switch it as quick as they can. But to be fair, Cabinteely lads are working very, very hard. Nothing easy out there for any of the Athlone lads.
Yeah, as you said, Cabinteely win tonight for them would put them right up into the top half of the table. And again, they had an appeal during, yesterday, I think, turned down for the game that was cancelled due to the COVID outbreak against Galway. And they'll probably feel a little bit aggrieved at that. So maybe, you know, sometimes you come into a game after a decision like that and you have the bit between your teeth, Tom, and you know, so far a little bit of threat so far, and we have to remember they've scored in every game this season, so they do carry a threat. And Athlone really wouldn't want to let a Cabinteely team go 1-0 up here tonight.
No, you'd be hoping that Athlone can kick on from the first 5 games. But as we've seen last week, Wexford probably deserved to get on the score sheet against Athlone, and I'm sure Cabsy had a few bits and pieces to sort out during the week, because in fairness to Wexford, the last 10 minutes of the first half and the first 20 minutes of the second half, they were very, very good and caused Athlone problems. So every team is going to have their few phases of play when they're going to give each other problems, but so far Cabinteely are well in it.
Yeah, so free kick from deep here. Generally they try and get one to the back post and knock it across, and that's what Casey has tried to do, but Burns is beaten to it by Wickstead. A lot of the wide and deep free kicks have found at Cabinteely so far this season. They've tried to get it to the back post for someone to head it across for maybe a second or third man running in.
Yeah, a lot of the kick-outs, a lot of free kicks, it seems to be heading for Niall Barnes out here on the left. That seems to be the route that they're happy to take.
So Labotis gets on it, gets it to Casey. Casey with the cross is blocked down, and Schlingerman again will deal with that easily. Athlone just have Barnes up inside the Cabinteely half. So McKenna takes it between Hanrahan and Kieran Marty Waters. Derek Daly plays into Barnes. Barnes gets control of it, gets it to Duna. Duna's just nicked there by Owen Massey, the right back. McKenna to Daly. Barnes switches right back to Cantwell. Derek Daly does well to make a run there. He's ranging forward. Derek Daly, the left back coming forward, gets his shot but doesn't catch it. Just got caught under his feet, Tom.
Yeah, he's unlucky there. Just got caught. The ball just got caught under his feet, but he done excellent plays on the ball. Again, that's your left back, and Cabsy has them in a system that he's not afraid to let them push on.
Yeah, it's probably the first time in the league that we've seen him kind of come inside on the forward. Here's a chance for Barnes behind the defence. Blackburn has got around goal side of him. Barnes takes a shot, it's blocked. Curtis Byrne who drives it over the bar. Again, quick chance there for Athlone, but I was just saying that Derek Daly, remember we just got the highlights here on this one. Blackburn does well to get around, blocks his shot, falls to Curtis Byrne outside the right foot just over the top right hand corner. But Derek Daly scored a cracking goal here against Longford in a pre-season game where he made the run inside. He does a lot of overlapping out wide with Duna, but that was first time probably in the league we've seen him come inside. I know he got a shot off, it was probably just a little bit under him, but again, as you say, Cabsy has given his team that license to go and play and be creative and pick up unusual positions maybe sometimes. Yeah, absolutely.
It's more often than not you see your two full backs are linking up with Duna and Wickstead on the left and on the right. Same thing when Alan Friel or Aidan Friel is in there as well. You see him bombing on. And obviously when one goes, the opposite side is sitting back with the two centre halves. It's something that's working very, very well for Cabsy and Athlone this season.
Clearance is blocked down there. Oisin Duffy's clearance. There's a few goals knocking around the first division. Wexford are having a third time at home to UCD. They're 4-0 down. Obviously, Bray and Cork are 0-0 at the moment. And Treaty United are 1-0 up on Shelburne. That's Shelburne, who I still think are league favourites, 1-0 down at home to the Surprise Packets, the new team, Treaty. Ball into Barnes, he's onside, he was played on. Back to Curtis Byrne, oh, he just doesn't catch it. Again, classic Athlone counter-attacking player, coming from deep. Barnes getting behind the defence, pulls it back. We'll get the replay here now. Ball over the top by McKenna. Barnes was played onside by Owen Massey. Ball played back to Curtis Byrne and he just didn't catch it. Again, a player his quality, he'll be a little bit disappointed in himself, and normally that would burst the net.
Yeah, he'll be disappointed. As you said, a player with his quality absolutely should be finishing them. But super run by Barnes again in behind. Centre half thought he was off, but it was his right foot who kept him on. But that's the threat that when Barnes is playing, they're the type of runs that he makes all night, and that's the threat that Athlone have, is the ball over the top.
So the other Barnes, the Cabinteely Barnes, played that forward, trying to find Hanrahan, cut out by Cantwell. But again, it's not the first time this season that we've seen a ball from Dan McKenna just drop over the defence onto a runner. It was a super bit of play. So Casey with the throw-in. Labotus played it back to him, but he's lost out to Hollywood and Wickstead. Hollywood tries to get it through the legs of Labotus, doesn't happen. O'Neill's looking to play it out wide, right to Payne, but Payne had kind of tucked inside. And Blackburn plays one out to Payne, out wide. Derek Daly covering that well. So Athlone just playing out there. Dan McKenna just find that little pocket between Waters and Hanrahan. Ball played along again. This one comes to Oisin Duffy. Doesn't manage to keep it in. Probably needed to get his touch before it bounced.
Yeah, smashing balls. Super run from Oisin Duffy. Just a little bit unlucky he didn't get under control a little bit quicker. But there again, that's the sign. Like that's your right full receiving the ball from your middle of the park player. Well in the half of Cabinteely. That's the license that both full backs have. The Cabs let them bomb on.
Casey with the throw in. Labotus heads it on. Returned by Cantwell. Labotus tries to just drop it over here to Kieran Matty Waters, but he'd never keep that in. Duffy with the throw in, plays it down. O'Neill heads it on. Barnes picks it up, but Blackburn comes forward now. Plays the ball over the top, but Derek Daly just gets a touch, but Hanrahan didn't keep it in play. Hanrahan has Payne behind him. Dylan Hand blocks. There's a real chance for Cabinteely. It's 1-0 Cabinteely! That's the number 12, Niall Barnes, who scored. Put Cabinteely 1-0 up here with 3 minutes to half time, 2 minutes to half time, roughly. Cross came over. Cantwell won the header, but the loose ball was picked up by Niall Barnes, and he made no mistake with the finish. So big goal here at Lissy Woolen. It's Athlone Town 0, Cabinteely 1. It's the first time this season I think Athlone have gone behind, Tom, so now it's going to be a little test of character.
Yeah, listen, it was probably a poor enough defensive header from Cantwell. Probably if he had headed back the direction that the ball came, but Barnes, fairness, there was nobody within 2 or 3 yards of him. It was a good finish from Cabinteely. They've had 1 or 2 chances, but I'm sure Athlone are going to be very, very disappointed going in at half time if it stays 1-0.
So O'Neill heads that on there to Hanrahan. Hanrahan tries to take it down. He's under pressure from Hand. Hollywood picks up the play. Cantwell plays it forward. Derek Daly trying to get in behind Owen Massey. So Adam Hayden throws that one out. Ball played in. Kieran Matty Waters Tried to just dink one inside to Hanrahan. He had Payne running behind as well. Shane Barnes turns his body very well, gets the ball into Duna. Duna's onside. Duna 1-on-1. He comes back inside on his right foot. Turns back onto the left. He's just been stopped there. It was a good bit of defending by Mitchell Byrne, who just slowed down the attack and allowed Cabinteely to get numbers back. And now it's Duna comes in on the right foot, but that shot's probably gone out. It's gone out for a throw. It just comes off the outside of his right foot. Again, Athlone could have got back in the game straight away there, Tom.
Yeah, I thought Duna, he had an opportunity to get a shot away with his right foot, and he tried to go back in on his left. But yeah, again, it was Barnes Duna again. That threat is always there. But he'd probably be disappointed with himself that he didn't take the option with his right foot and getting the shot away.
Yeah, I suppose he has scored 2 with his left foot already this season. But another chance goes begging for Athlone. They've had 4 or 5 good enough opportunities. But half-time comes and it's Athlone Town 0. Scored to half-time by Niall Barnes. Sort of ball headed away by Athlone defence, but picked up by Barnes, and it was an easy chance at the end of it all. I suppose I said the other games we've a half-time in they're still playing there in Bray, and it's Bray 0, Cork City 0. Obviously Athlone Town 0, Cabinteely 1 here. Shelburne, big shock. I suppose maybe the result here at half-time so far is a bit of a shock as well. But Shelburne 0, Treaty United 1, and it's all too easy for UCD down in Wexford. It's Wexford 0, UCD 4. We'll be back for the second half, and hopefully if you're an Athlone fan, we might see some of those chances hit the net in the second half. But I suppose again, maybe Athlone the slightly better side maybe in the first half, Tom, without taking their chances.
Yeah, they had a few chances. They didn't take them. And in fairness to Cabinteely, I think Owen Massey and Blackburn at the back have been very, very, very good. I think Barnes is always the out ball, and in the last 20 minutes, Marty Waters has caused problems for the Athlone back 4. So, listen, Athlone probably don't deserve to be 1-0 down, but that's football for you. They got one chance, one clear-cut chance. They took it. Athlone probably had three, maybe 4 chances. Probably should have done better. Will be disappointed, but listen, get in there. It's a different team talk that the team has been used to in the last 3 or 4 weeks.
Yeah, and I suppose some consolation for none is that they are a threat. That front 4 of Wickstead, Duna, Barnes, and Curtis Byrne, they have really shown up and they've had chances. So I mean, it's not as if Athlone haven't created anything yet, but anyway, we're hoping for better as Athlone fans. I suppose we'll be hoping for better in the second half, but if you're a Cabinteely fan, it's all good right now. So it's Athlone Town 0, Cabinteely 1. We'll see you for the second half. Okay, we'll be back with you now. Second half here at Lissy Woolen. Not going well for the first team so far, despite having the lion's share of the chances in the first half. So it's Athlone Town 0, Cabinteely 1. And just around the ground, you said already, big one of the night. UCD are 4 up on Wexford at half time, and Treaty United are 1-0 up on Shelburne. So I'm just going to give a couple shout out here to Dylan Gavin, former Athlone Town player. Dylan Gavin, who's watching in. Dylan is a Charlton athletic player nowadays. So hiya to Dylan. Dylan's a great guy when he's home. He's worked on our summer camps here last summer, helped out and came down, and he'll be down hopefully in the summer now with us with the under-14s as well, helping out. He's a great guy. So hello to Dylan. We also have Gary Johnson, John O'Brien, Noel Gahan looking in. Just send us in a message. Big Athlone fans also watching here tonight. So a little bit of work to do for Athlone, Tom. 1-0 down half time. First time they've been behind at half time.
Yeah, a different team talk for them at half time, and then they have been used to the last couple of weeks. Probably don't deserve to be losing. They should definitely have taken one of the chances. They had 3 or 4 excellent chances. I'm sure they'll be disappointed with that. So listen, they're going to have to up it a little bit for the second half. But great ball in
doing
the
it with the ball across. That was a super ball. Absolutely super ball played out. Athlone have got a corner from it. Again, we keep talking about this counter-attacking, balls dropped in behind. Doing it did so well to get it under control and whipped a brilliant ball across the box.
Yeah, super technique.
So we'll see doing it again now with the right foot on the corner this time. Ball right into Hayden, deals with that very easily. Quick, just mention our sponsors, Joe Lynch and Sons Garage there, who sponsored an equipment van for the club last week. Thank you to them. Stodgeface are the sponsors on the back of the Athlone jersey, and the main sponsors Hayden and Co solicitors. So thank you to all of our sponsors and all those people who, if you look on our social media, have sponsored our players. So here's Niall Burns getting in behind again. Ball is overhit just there with his left foot. Doing is going to try and no, he can't keep it in play. Sorry,
just there, Gordon, on the last Athlone corner. It was interesting to know that Cabinteely had nobody left up front, so you'd wonder is that kind of going to be an ongoing thing for the second half, that they're going to sit back and be happy to try and get away with a 1-0 win.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Pat Devlin is a long time in the game. I had a great chat with Pat before the game, and he's a wily character. He knows the game. He knows how to get results. Just looking at his record in over half his games with Cabinteely, he's got something out of it, and he'll be delighted to get over here with a win. But just a little altercation, a little. Shane Barnes tried to turn, and he seems to have just caught Daniel Blackburn. Daniel Blackburn had a very good first half. He cut out Athlone's first chance. It was a ball played across the 6-yard box, and he's having a real battle with Shane Barnes. Barnes just turned there, and they just seemed to catch each other. Nothing malicious in it, but a little coming together.
Yeah, as I say, himself and Owen Massey in the first half were very, very good for Cabinteely in the back four. Along with Niall Barnes and Marty Waters showed drifted in and out of the game, but he was causing a few problems in the first half for Athlone.
So Wickstead picks up the clearance. So plays a pass. Casey goes. Barnes lets it beat him. And he has Mitchell Byrne there. Come on, switch the play across. They've had to go right back to Cantwell. Dylan Hand has it, plays it just in through the space to Dan McKenna. Hollywood plays it back. Cantwell just trying to drop it over. Curtis Byrne was probably offside, but it's picked up by Wickstead now. Wickstead turns onto his left foot. He's doing it, trying to find a little bit of space on the left wing. Barnes keeps possession, gets it out to Oisín Duffy. His attempted pass was cut out again by Niall Barnes, the goal scorer. And my apologies, I think I've called him Niall Burns a few times. So, and here's Shane Barnes into Wickstead, pulls it back. Oh, that's just another little chance again. Curtis Byrne, great play by Athlone.
Yeah, listen, again, he's going to be disappointed that he didn't hit the target, but it's a great little ball here.
Shane Barnes pulls it back. Wickstead takes it. He takes it and he rolls the defender. Just plays it back. Curtis Byrne probably again snatched that a little bit. Similar to the one in the first half.
Yes, it's a super little touch from Wickstead, and I'm sure Curtis will be disappointed that he didn't hit the target. But just in the first few minutes there, you can see it looks like Dan McKenna is trying to get into these pockets to get on the ball. There's a bit more urgency about him in there at the start of the second half.
Labutis plays it out again to Barnes. Labutis on it again, trying to get it into Barnes again in that little pocket in a little 10 spot. Free kick for Athlone. Just a little late foot in there, but Dillon takes it away now. Bit of space for him to drive into. Gets it to Derek Daly, left back. Derek cuts inside. Thinks one over the top for Barnes from Blackburn. It's just unceremoniously kicks that one out. I think it was a dangerous game for Cabinteely to drop off too soon, too early, Tom, in this game.
Yeah, especially with the quality Athlone have in the top half of the pitch, with Duna, Wickstead, Curtis Byrne, Barnes up there. Yeah, it'd be a dangerous game for Cabinteely. There's a lot of football to be played yet.
Dan McKenna again, those balls, he just drops over the defence to Duna. Duna, I think that'll be a corner kick for Athlone. Duna well tackled by Eoin Massey, but with the concession of a corner though.
This was a smashing ball from McKenna, and I think that's what Athlone are going to need in the second half, is to get the likes of McKenna and Hollywood on the ball more and drive them forward.
Yeah, short corner, Hollywood to Duna. Duna gets it out to Derek Daly. Derek Daly, he takes a shot from long range, just dips over the bar.
Yeah, it worked the shot, in fairness. Well worked corner from Athlone, and you can see that they obviously do a lot of work on their set pieces. Listen, they got a shot away, but obviously didn't hit the target.
Yeah, no, Adrian and his backroom staff there, Graham Kane and Declan Constantine, do a lot of work on Thursday nights on set pieces for and against, and that's just another sign of one that kind of created a chance. Didn't come to anything, but it was creative. So 6.5 minutes in, still Athlone Town 0, Cabinteely 1. Cabinteely be happy enough, but again, this half started like the first half. It's Athlone in possession, Athlone pressing. Haven't seen anything in an attacking sense from Cabinteely yet, but they did come into the game in the first half. Obviously got their goal. Now they have something to defend and something to fight for. Hanrahan plays it up, was cut out by Duffy. Duffy plays it too far forward. I think it's going to run into Hayden in goal. Hayden with the long clearance. Oisin Duffy wins the header off Barnes. So as always, we want to thank Anthony Quinn and Quinn AV for their coverage and all their background technology here. All the technical stuff, I say, all the talent is the other side of the microphone here. So thanks to Quinn AV and Anthony for all his work he does on the replays and the cameras and graphics. Nice little bit of play there, Duna with the back heel trying to get Derek Daly, and the ball is thrown over. Derek Daly might get this in on his left foot. Had to come back to Duna. Duna on his right foot. Little room. Barnes drops short. Barnes gets it back to Derek Daly. Derek Daly now making a run. He's coming in on his right side. Played around to Duna. Duna's in behind the defence. Duna with the left foot pulls it back, but it's pulled back to cut back, came back too far actually. Ball's back out to Barnes on the left for Cabinteely. He's got Kieran Marty Waters coming through the middle, but Dylan Hand has stopped him, but he's got around him. Ball is falling. Hanrahan is just on the left hand side. He's going to have a chance to make it 2-0, and a great save by Micheál Schlingerman. Good counter attack by Cabinteely there. They might rue that chance, missing that chance later in the game.
Yeah, in fairness, I thought Duna with his left foot, he might have got a shot away. He didn't, but Cabinteely broke straight down, and listen, very clever ball from Marty Waters. Excellent stop from Schlingerman.
Duna making a great run. Ball back to Wickstead, who takes down Curtis Byrne. Ball just won't drop. Curtis Byrne battling. Jimmy Holly with the strike. It's well blocked down. I think it was Blackburn again. Strike by Oisin Duffy off his left foot. It was an ambitious effort. But again, Duna stuck to his task here. He's not the biggest looking guy, but he used his strength and he got in behind the Cabinteely defence again, Tom.
Yeah, the game is coming alive there, Gordon. End-to-end stuff. Yeah, Duna, in fairness, he used his strength. Excellent ball into the box. Well, unlucky Curtis Byrne, Wicks, they just couldn't get the shot away.
Yeah, he just getting the field. There's Duna again, just getting in behind the defence. He's getting in the box. He's trying to get on his left foot. That'll be a corner. So Duna he's just starting to give Owen Massey a little bit of trouble here.
Yeah, the last 3 or 4 minutes, he's given Massey a little bit of a run around.
So Duna, Hollywood came short. He opted not to take it. Bit of movement in the box. Curtis Byrne with the header, falls to the back post. Killian Cantwell, and he's just missed it at the back post. In fairness to him, it came out of him very late. We just get the replay on that. The corner flicked on by Curtis Byrne, and just Killian Cantwell has just probably gone a little bit past him, and he slices it, just goes past the post. So again, just Athlone getting the chances. Cabinteely have had that one chance to break away in the second half so far. 10 minutes in, but it's mostly Athlone so far in the second half.
Yeah, he probably should have finished. I'm sure Cabsy would have rather it if it was Cantwell out flicking it on to Curtis Byrne.
Yeah. So Dean Casey, the former Athlone player, will take this free kick. Kieran Marty Waters trying to make a run to a near post area. Goes to the back post, headed down, taken away by Derek Daly, now brings it forward. He's closed down by Blackburn. Blackburn plays him. It's given away by Daly, picked up by Payne, just gets past Hollywood. He has Hanrahan ahead of him, he takes a shot, and it's an easy one for Micheál Schlingerman. Schlingerman plays it all the way over to Wickstead. It'll be a difficult one to take down. Casey heads it out.
Yeah, I just think, Gordon, it's kind of end-to-end at the moment. I just think it needs someone like McKenna, Hollywood, just to get a foot on the ball, get back to their passing game in their little triangles. I think Barnes up top, he's working very, very hard, but so far they haven't got the true ball to him.
Yeah, he just had that one kind of chance. He linked up a few times in the first half, and Athlone haven't been without their chances. So Payne steps outside, doing the tackles, ball played forward. Kieran Matthew Waters, well marshalled by Killian Cantwell, who steps over for the second time and plays it back to Micheál Schlingerman. He's got Dan McKenna inside. He's going to take it from Dylan Hand. Hollywood, a little bit of space in front of Hollywood. He can drive forward here. Just needs some options. Has Derek Daly out wide. Daly to Duna. Duna back to Daly. The ball played in. Curtis Byrne just straight offside. He knew himself. He put his hands up.
Yeah, he made a good run, and I don't think Duna saw him quick enough.
Just anybody who's interested in Premier Division games, it was finished Drogheda 1, Sligo Rovers 1 earlier on. St Pat's beat Longford Town 3-0, keeps St Pat's top of the table. Especially as put Finn Harps, it's Finn Harps 0, Shamrock Rovers 0. And Bohemians are 1-0 up on Derry City. Bohemians really need a win there. And Waterford are 3-0 down to Dundalk, so all things good. And Jimmy Dilton working the Oracle in Dundalk at the moment, even though he said he doesn't want a job as coach. So here we go, Wickstead trying to show some quick feet. He has Oisin Duffy gone ahead of him on the overlap. Plays into Barnes. Barnes links up with Wickstead again. Wickstead into Hollywood. He just dinks around the corner, but Curtis Byrne is going to have to do a lot of work to get on the end of that. Barnes heads it away for Cabinteely. Was picked up by Wickstead again. Wickstead comes inside on the left. He's tackled well by Labutis. Barnes tackled there by Dan McKenna. McKenna plays the ball into Barnes' feet, who flicks around the corner. Curtis Byrne, another little flick. Barnes pulls it right back across the box, and it's cleared by the right back, Owen Massey. But it only comes now to McKenna. McKenna on his right foot. Gets to the Hollywood. Hollywood is Barnes outside. Barnes pulls it back. And it's just evades. It's just too high for the leg, for the foot of Curtis Byrne. But again, those chances are coming and coming, Tom.
Yeah, super little link play between Byrne and Barnes up there, Wickstead. Unfortunately, something they didn't get a head on the cross or the shot away. But it's yeah, the little link play is starting to come back in.
It's coming up to a half an hour left. Ball headed on by Kieran Marty Waters there. Jamie Hollywood plays it quickly into midfield to Dan McKenna. McKenna's Wickstead out there. Ball goes outside Barnes. He's got Oisin Duffy on the overlap. Wickstead comes inside, hits it to Barnes. Barnes has found Duffy on the right. Good cross into the box. Barnes at the header just by the post. Again, nice link-up play. It all started from a free kick here right in front of us, Tom.
Yeah, it's lovely play. Good ball out then. McKenna out wide. Athlone get the cross away. Barnes terrible unlucky in there.
Yeah, super cross in by Oisin Duffy there. Okay, just got a message there to say hello to Owen Hollywood in Crumlin, who's watching the town tonight. Doing it, was pushed, but referee doesn't give it. Curtis Byrne closing down Blackburn. Be an Athlone throw. So Athlone pretty much kind of controlling the game really, Tom. Have the chances, just that one breakaway chance from Cabinteely in the second half. Joe Hanrahan might feel when he looks back he might have done a little bit better, but it is pretty much Athlone in possession, in control. Yeah,
as expected. They've upped the tempo a little bit. They've got their little 1-2s link play going. McKenna getting on the ball a little bit more. They've created a few of the chances, so hopefully it kicks on from here.
Dylan Hunt trying to drop one in behind again, trying to get Duna in behind Owen Massey. So neither side opting tonight, Tom, to play it out from the back. Most of the kickouts and keepers are going long, and certainly at this stage Cabinteely probably aren't going to risk trying to play out with that 1-0 advantage.
No, I think they're going to be happy with the situation at the moment. Obviously winner 1-0. They've opted to come more the right side in the second half with a lot of their kickouts and free kicks. Just if things were to stay the way they are here and in the other games, actually Athlone I think would still be top by a point ahead of UCD. Because Shelburne obviously are still 1-0 down to Treaty United up in Tolka Park. Cross in by Casey, that's dealt with by Slingerman. Slingerman has Hollywood as an option. Hollywood being chased by Payne. Gets it out to Duna. Duna has Derek Daly behind him. He comes inside his right foot. Oisin Duffy's gone on the overlap. Ball reaches him too. He got the ball out in front of him. That's a great first touch. Gets the ball across the box. Barnes was just behind. Not sure who it was with the clearance. I think it was Mitchell Byrne with the clearance. The strike, just blocked down. That was James Doohan on his left foot that time. That's another corner for Athlone. Yeah, this is super play. It started from Sligerman out to Hollywood, and the ball is switched off. Super switch over to Oisin Duffy out there. Super touch. Short corner for Athlone. Derek Daly gets it. He tries to go around Casey. It's a free kick. Just a body check. Derek Daly went on to his more favoured left foot. I think Casey, the left back, over across the other side. His job was to come off that position on the hole in the front of the 6-yard box to stop the quick one, but he at the concession of a free here. So we've Doohan and Wickstead just going to stand over this one. Oisin Duffy has come into it a little bit more as an attacker this time in this half, Tom. Yeah, he done very well there. It was a super switch of play, but his first touch was excellent.
Just got it out from his feet, got it behind the defender and put a good ball in. So Athlone creating lots of those chances. Nothing has come of it yet. Not sure, maybe Duna might fancy a strike here on the ball. He has a go, it goes in short, it's blocked down by the wall, does its job. Ball come to Schlingerman. Gets it out to Oisin Duffy. Duffy has Barnes out on the right. He opts to go along. Flag would have went up there, I think, for Curtis Byrne. I think the linesman was ready with it. Payne plays it back to O'Neill. O'Neill with the switch right across to Barnes. And he's chased by Oisin Duffy. Hanrahan and Kieran Marty Waters up for Cabinteely, but it's given away very easily there. Ball played to Cantwell, but Cantwell leaves it into Duna. Duna is beaten to it, and Payne wins it. Suspicion of a foul there, but Labutus, Kieran Marty Waters, I thought he was going to give a free kick to Cabinteely, but Athlone won the free kick. Barnes has it back now. Kieran Marty Waters. Ball into the back post. Derek Daly, vital touch. He had Hanrahan just lurking behind him. Hanrahan now trying to get on his right foot, puts it across. Cut up by Dylan Hand. He does that so well for us. James Duna. Duna just trying to hold off Owen Massey. They've had a nice little battle there tonight, the two of them.
Yeah, it's a good contest, the two of them. Massey, in fairness, done very well in the first half. The start of the second half, Duna gave him a bit of a run around, but he's settled back into it again.
So Hollywood plays into Duna. Duna back to Hollywood. James Duna right back in his own half. He looked up. Oisin Duffy was making that move in behind Barnes on the far side. Great flick. Curtis Byrne is in behind the defence. What a strike, and it's a great stave by Adam Hayden. Super flick by Adam Wickstead to send Curtis Byrne away.
Yeah, super play by Wickstead. Lovely little flick. Curtis Byrne through again. Made the keeper work. On another night, he maybe have 2 or 3 at this stage, Gordon.
Yeah. The chances keep coming again for Athlone, as we said. They just need to put one away to just get themselves back in this game. 66 minutes gone. And Adam Wickstead with the corner. So into the near post. It's missed everybody. And I'm not sure, was it Owen Massey who cleared it?
I think it was Labutus that got it.
You're right.
Yeah.
It was 16. It was Labutus, yeah.
A super ball in.
So Duna with the cross. Comes to Barnes, who gets the header on it, just goes over the bar. It was one of those, just came at a height that he just couldn't get off the ground to head it.
Yeah. In fairness, that Athlone are creating the chances. They're going to have to take one very, very soon, or they're going to rue all the chances that they missed. You can see though in the second half, Curtis Byrne is definitely playing a much higher up the pitch. Nearly came good for them there in the last chance, but he seems to be playing more beside Barnes. Hand just beaten to it there by Waters. But Athlone have it back. Hollywood looks up here. He's got Shane Barnes running in behind the defence, behind Blackburn. He gets his body inside. He's in on his right foot. Strike block down, comes to Curtis Byrne. He finds Duna. Duna comes in on the right foot. Duna with the shot. And Adam Hayden again gets down well at the near post. He's earning his crust tonight, Adam Hayden. He's been very solid so far, Tom, for Cabinteely. Yeah, he's done very well. Good save there. Again, it was Barnes who just came in off the centre half, bent his run, good ball in, done very well. Got a shot away. Duna got a shot away. The keeper was a match for it. So here's Barnes trying to get forward for Cabinteely. Gives it inside to Labutus, who feeds Hanrahan. Hanrahan with the long range shot, and that's an absolute cracker of a goal for Cabinteely. That is a wonder goal. And if that's going to win the game, well, I mean, it's as good a goal as you're going to see. It's a super strike. Labutus got it to him. He turned onto his right foot, got it out from his feet, outside of his right foot, and nobody saves those. In fairness to Michal Schlingerman in goal, that was a super goal by Hanrahan. So, yeah, super strike from Ben Hanrahan. In fairness, just 30 seconds earlier at Athlone, doing that keeper, would say Adam Hayden had made a super save from Duna and did the ground the other end, and the ball puts the ball in the top corner. Probably against the run of play, Gordon, in the second half, the way Athlone have been playing.
Yeah, Cabinteely probably 2 or 3 attacks, and they haven't been in possession very much in the second half, to be fair. And Athlone, we've seen all the chances and half chances, and but as you said earlier on, just before half time, that's football. And Athlone have a mountain to climb now to get back into this one, and first time they've been staring down the barrel of a defeat this season in their 6th game. Well played here, and this is tidied up by Cantwell. Schlingerman plays it long. Athlone will need to probably try and get a goal quickly now to maybe try and re-establish them in the game. It's played over the top. Shane Barnes is in behind the defence. Hasn't got any options in the middle just yet, so he has to hold up play. Gets it to Wickstead. Wickstead plays into doing it, but the ball is taken away by Owen Massey. Waters fouled there by, I think it was McKenna. I think he'll take a yellow for that. Yeah, yellow card. Can't argue with that one. Yeah, UCD are now 5 up on Wexford. Colin Whelan with a second. He scored 2 goals last week, or 3 last week. He scored 2 tonight, and former Athlone player Adam Lennon scored the first there tonight for UCD, so well done to Adam. And we'll be seeing him later in the season, I'm sure. Wickstead picks up the header from Cantwell. He runs at Casey, plays down to Barnes. Barnes will feed Wickstead again. Wickstead now getting in behind the defence. O'Neill comes across, the ball comes to Doon at the back post, and it's cleared, and that'll go. I'm not sure it's a corner or a throw. It's a corner for Athlone. Again, quick counter attack by Athlone. They've won a corner. Got a few Athlone Town fans over in the wall of the school there with a flare. The header from McKenna, was it? Good corner, good header. McKenna just didn't get enough power on it. So we have a few Athlone fans over on the school wall on the far side. A blue flare going up.
That just phase of play there, Gordon. That's what Athlone are going to need if they're going to get back into it. They need to get Wickstead doing it, Curtis Byrne on it, Barnes in behind. They're the lads that are going to get the goals for you. Looking at Cabsy, I think he might, in the next minute or two, there might be a change coming, but he, definitely you're going to need 2 wide boys on the ball to get, if Athlone are going to get back into this.
Yeah, it looks like Brandon McCann is warming up there. Brandon missed a huge chunk of pre-season, so he's probably only coming into fitness now. He might be an option in midfield, I think. Add that bit of extra, maybe a bit of extra energy around the play. But just about 18 minutes left, and it's not looking good for the home team, but Cabinteely will be delighted. 2-0 up away from home against the league leaders. And I suppose, if, as I said earlier on, Shelburne are still 1-0 down to Treaty United at Tolka Park. Again, they have 90 minutes left up there. And really, the league table Athlone will still be top if things stay the way they are, but UCD will have closed the gap to a point. So Barnes over there trying to tuck it down in front of Oisin Duffy. He's going to try and run at Duffy now, goes on the outside. Cross blocked down by Oisin Duffy, stuck to his task very well. So we will have Brandon McCann. It's going to come in for Oisin Duffy, so I can only imagine maybe Athlone are going to go to a 3 at the back. So Oisin had a decent enough second half. They got a couple of good crosses and a couple of overlaps. Young guy, just back, he had a big injury last year. He's back playing. Should be delighted to get in first team games, and he's a young player with a bright future. Yeah,
he done very well in the second half. I'd say it's just a tactical switch that probably go 3 at the back. Obviously, he has to go chasing the game now.
So Barnes gets the ball out to Waters. Waters couldn't evade the linesman offside flag there. So Jamie Hollywood gets it to Derek Daly. Daly gets round Hanrahan. Barnes holds it up. It's taken away by Payne. Payne plays it out to Barnes. Barnes' Waters running behind. He also has Hanrahan over the right hand side. Jamie Hollywood has to come back, but Schlingerman does his job very well. Read that very, very well. Michal Schlingerman has got to be said.
Excellent bit of goalkeeping there.
Yeah, I know he's been beaten twice tonight, but he's not at fault for either goal. He's done everything very well. Come off his line a couple of times very well too. Barnes steps over, plays the ball. He's just over, hits it. I don't think Killian Cantwell will get on the end of that, and Adam Hayden will let that run out, and he'll take his time with the goal kick, I'd imagine, with 16 minutes to go. Just caught a glimpse there of Pat Devlin on the sideline cam, and Pat will be very happy with this. He's looking to making a substitution here himself. He's bringing on Owen McPhillips. We just wonder whether this will be a change in shape also, or just a fresh pair of legs, maybe just to shore up that midfield. Header won by Daly, gets into Barnes, but Labutis wins it, plays it over to Barnes on the far side, and it runs out. So it does look very much like a back three for Athlone, with Derek Daly, Killian Cantwell and Dylan Hand, with Brandon McCann joining the midfield and pushed on in place of Oisin Duffy, who's just been replaced. So it does look like Owen McPhillips is going to come in. Ball played over the top, and it looks like a handball there. Blackburn.
Yeah, I don't think he didn't know whether to head it, knee it, chest it, or he didn't know what to do.
He just came at the wrong height to him, but it's a chance for Athlone again, and we've Labutis has gone down injured. I'm not sure whether it's cramp. I know he's been out of the side for a couple of weeks. He's up on his feet, he seems okay. So we've Curtis Byrne, looks to be the only player on the free kick here. Hollywood just drifts away to the outside the edge of the box. Doon is down along the edge of the wall. Killian Cantwell is just in around the penalty spot. Cabinteely have everybody back. They won't make their substitution until after this play. So Curtis Byrne here. The right foot hits the wall, comes back to him, flicks out to Hollywood. Hollywood the strike, he slices it, but it's going to stay in play. It's going to come to Barnes. Barnes pulls it back on his left. He's lost out there. Ball is played forward, and Hanrahan just gets behind Dylan Hand. Waters is ahead of him. Derek Daly dealing with him. It's a throw for Cabinteely. Almost a little glimmer of a counter-attack there for Cabinteely. Tom, Athlone need to be careful.
Yeah, they were unlucky. Hanrahan in the last 10-15 minutes, he's very much in the game. Free kick, probably Curtis Byrne, he will be disappointed straight at the wall. But yeah, Athlone gone three at the back. You could see that Wickstead doing are staying out wide. Byrne is pushed up more, hoping that the three in midfield start creating a few more chances for the lads up top.
Shamrock Rovers have taken the lead away to Finn Harps. UCD are now 6-0 up on Wexford. Colin Whelan has scored his second hat-trick in 2 weeks. That's prolific work. I think he scored 15 goals last season in a partnership with Yo-Yo Mahidi, and they scored 31 between them, but he's got 6 in a fortnight now, and I think he scored previously as well, so he's well up there as top scorer of the First Division. So Cantwell out to Daly. Daly with a lot of space in front of him. Waters comes across to close him down. Daly plays it long forward to Barnes. Ball was headed away by Mitchell Byrne. Picked up again by Athlone. Dan McKenna dropping deep to get it. Plays it forward into Barnes again. Barnes is beaten to it by Dean Casey. O'Neill plays it out to Barnes on the left wing, and it's right down into the corner to Waters. Plays across the box. There's options there for Cabinteely. The substitute, McPhillips, almost got on the end of it. So Barnes coming in off the right wing. He's looking for options ahead. He has Wickstead. Wickstead just trying to get on the end of it. I'm not sure if he can. He looks a little bit fatigued there, Tom, that time. It's the first time we've seen that this season.
Yeah, another night he might have got there a little bit sharper, but yeah, I just for Athlone to get into it, I think Hollywood and McKenna are going to have to get on the ball more and try and make things happen in midfield. In fairness to Cabinteely's back forward, the last 10-15 minutes they've been excellent. Blackburn in their own Massey, they've given nothing away back there.
Yeah, despite all the chances, Athlone haven't breached that. Doing a flicks it on, but it's going to be picked up by Casey. McKenna heads it forward, back to Casey. Derek Daly picks it up. Back, and Hollywood plays back to him. Derek will get a chance to look up. He has. Maybe there's a big switch there in behind to Wickstead. Wickstead might just get in behind Casey. Ball comes down. It's a bit of a mix-up in defence. It's an OG, and that's a lifeline to Athlone Town with 79 minutes gone. A long ball over the top by Wickstead. It got caught, and I think the last touch, I think it came off Dean Casey. It was between Dean Casey and I think Mitchell Byrne. Real mix up there. Casey is struggling. He's limping out the 6-yard box there, but it's 2-1. 10 minutes to go. Athlone have a lifeline. They really have something to fight for now, Tom.
Yeah, listen, it's a little bit of luck that probably Athlone deserved, because they've had the most of the chances and they probably should have scored before that, but that's a little bit of luck that all teams were looking for.
Derek Daly just couldn't keep that one in, but so again, there's a ball over the top. It was a big switch. Wickstead was putting Dean Casey under huge pressure, and between Wickstead, Adam Hayden and Mitchell Byrne, there was an OG, and I'm not sure whether it was Casey or Byrne that it came off last, but Athlone won't care. They're back in the game. It's 2-1. Barnes tries the little knockdown to Curtis Byrne. Certainly will be a Cabinteely throw, and rightly so. Jordan Payne helps it on. Derek Daly he's going to probably have to just shepherd that out. So it puts a little bit more pressure on Cabinteely, Tom, because I mean the psychology of it now is having been 2-0 up on coast, and you know, to hold on to their 3 points, do they sit back or do they just continue and try and push Athlone back? But
yeah, listen, as you say, 2-0 is always a dangerous lead, but you can see straight away that Cabinteely, Zach O'Neill is gone straight, sitting back kind of in front of Curtis Byrne. I don't know that he get the instructions from the sideline, but yeah, Athlone obviously with their changes, with the two wide boys are staying on the fulls, and McKenna in the middle is pushed much more forward as well. So in fairness to Cabsy, he wasn't afraid to make the changes for Athlone to go for it.
Yeah, it certainly has made a little bit of a change to flow the game. So Daly plays it forward to Barnes, just bounced up too high from Brandon McCann, picks it up, plays it back to Cantwell. So again, a lot of possession for Athlone right throughout this second half, despite conceding a second goal and going 2-0 down. They're back in it. It's 2-1. Doonan comes inside, but he backheels it. Derek Daly with the cross. It's headed away by Blackburn. Wickstead gets on it. Just played away by Dean Casey. Jordan Payne gets there ahead of Derek Daly. Payne makes a run in behind. Waters plays it forward, but that's not going to come to anything. Micheál Schlingerman will keep that in play, and he'll give it to McKenna. Dan McKenna. So about 7-8 minutes left here. Or whatever the fourth official lads. Keelan Cantwell just been closed down by McPhillips, the substitute there. Fresh legs, making it hard for Athlone to get forward.
Just looking at it there, Cabinteely are sitting quite deep, and Athlone have actually 5 up top at the moment. McCann has moved up to with Byrne and Barnes, and the 2 lads out wide.
Oh, McCann tries to flick, but Barnes, will he keep that in? He can't. As quick as he is, he couldn't. As you said, Tom, there's a lot of players. If Athlone can get the ball in around that area a little bit quicker, maybe opportunities like that. We've seen the little flick from Wickstead earlier on to put Curtis Byrne through. And the right back for, Owen Massey is down. It looks like cramp. And in fairness to him, He's done well, but he's had a lot of chasing to do with James Duna right throughout the game.
Yeah, he's been busy tonight, chasing Duna up and down the pitch. In fairness, he's done quite well himself.
Shamrock Rovers have gone 2-0 up in Finn Harps. Rory Gaffney, the goal scorer. So we could have a nail bite in the last few minutes here. Cabinteely will be really motivated to try and hold on to these 3 points. They lost 3 off the pitch during the week on their appeal to the loss of points for the Galway United game. They may be just making up for that tonight here.
Just looking at it there, Gordon, I don't think Adam Wistick, he looks like he's carrying a knock. I don't know how much more he's going to last.
Yeah, seems to hold the inside of his thigh. Derek Daly plays it forward, but Blackburn does enough. Barnes tries to get his body in. The ball comes to Blackburn. Duna gets down. It was good defending by Massey, who seemed to be down with cramp a couple of seconds ago. And Alex Aspel is on the pitch now as well for Cabinteely. So Duna gets it to Daly. Daly plays it in. Barnes holds it up. Daly puts a big one in on top of Hayden, but that mightn't be easy to deal with. He does clutch it. Wickstead seems to have maybe run that off for the moment. Derek Daly gets a foot on that, held off Waters. Dan McKenna there and mixed with O'Neill. Now, Wickstead with a bit of space in front of him. He has Barnes running outside. Barnes makes the run. And Dylan Hand steps forward to put the ball in the box. The ball has gone in. Curtis Byrne is in there. Ball drops to Hollywood. Hollywood with the left foot. It's gone past the post. Probably would have preferred that one on his right foot, but it's another attempt.
Yeah, it's another chance. Nice knockdown from Curtis Byrne. Good ball into the box, as you say. Might have liked it on his right foot. Another opportunity gone.
Jamie Hollywood scored his first goal for the club last week. Barnes contested there with hand, but Hand wins. He gets it right up. Blackburn with the header. The ball drops to Hollywood, I think it is. Out to Wickstead. Hand tries to switch it right across the Duna. It's cut out again by Owen Massey. Payne gets inside Derek Daly. That'll probably be a yellow card, I think, for Derek Daly. Payne just sold him a little dummy cut inside.
Yeah, I think he knew what he was doing. Just he knew that if he didn't give away the foul, that there was a break on.
I'm not sure if Athlone are going to make another change. Tamela Toulouse looks to be going down there to warm up. Killian Cantwell wins that from Waters. Stringerman on his right foot. As Dylan Hand probably overhit that one a little bit, but Hand takes on the chest, deals with it very well, gets it into Hollywood. Hollywood now out to Derek Daly. Daly put the ball forward for the goal earlier on. Curtis Byrne, aimed at him, but it's too high. Played around the corner. Curtis Byrne gets a little touch, gets it to Wickstead with the touch. Wickstead and tried to feed McCann, but there was a tackle in there. I think it was by O'Neill. Adam Wickstead is down injured, but play continues for the moment anyway. He's up, but he's struggling. Ball comes in, it's headed away there. It was headed away by the number 6 who come in, Alex Aspel. Killian Cantwell now coming forward. He has Derek Daly onside him. Daly takes his touch, has to come inside, clicks it with his right foot, and a strike comes down. Brandon McCann just didn't get a hold of it. Athlone looking for a back pass there, but ball clipped in, flicked on by Curtis Byrne.
Yeah, I don't think he'll never get a better chance than that, Gordon.
Yeah,
totally mishit. definitely should have hit the target, if not scored, and should have scored.
Just didn't expect it. Just fell to Brandon McCann. He didn't get a hold of it. And a free kick to Cabinteely. He'll take a little bit out of the clock here now.
It's kind of one of them nights, Gordon. I think Athlone have created enough of chances to come away with at least a draw, if not a win.
Well, you know, it's one of those games, as said Tom, we'll create less chances in games and win them this season. So Jack Watson comes on for Adam Wickstead. Seems to be injured over there. Hopefully nothing serious, because he's been a huge part of Athlone's rise up the table this season. Derek Daly plays the ball forward. It's gone into Barnes. Barnes, if he can get a touch, has a chance here, but it's not. Dean Casey covers well, comes across, doing a sweeper's job from left full. Hand has space in front of him, but he opts to go long. It's played in towards Curtis Byrne. Curtis Byrne heads it down. Brandon McCann trying to flick it on, and Shane Barnes is in there. He has it, but it's taken away by I think it was Blackburn does the defending there again. Killian Cantwell wins a tackle with Waters. He's coming forward, Duna picks it up. 4 minutes added on time here, but Waters is in behind the Athlone defence. Jordan Payne is bursting forward as well. Waters almost looked like he was getting on his left, but good defender by Dylan Hand. Another example of how good a defender he is, ably assisted by Derek Daly. Hollywood comes forward now. So we're into time added on. It'll be 4 minutes. Duna plays it over to Hand. Hand puts it into the box. Ball kicked straight up in the air again by, it was the right back Owen Massey. It comes down. Curtis Byrne on the turn with the strike, and it's a great save by Adam Hayden again.
Yeah, another good save by Hayden. Good strike by Curtis Byrne.
So, quick corner not taken. It looked like Hollywood had dropped short for Duna. Athlone are going to put it in the mixer. Ball goes forward, it's into the back post. Oh, great header away there by, I think it was Alex Aspel. Actually, it was Waters. Barnes tries to come inside, he loses possession. Game has gone wide open now. Nutmeg on McKenna by Barnes for Cabinteely. Killian Cantwell is coming back, trying to get back goal side. Waters is out on the left. Derek Daly's going to have to go over to confront him. Jordan Payne is the only other player ahead in the box for Cabinteely. And that's a free kick again. That's going to help Cabinteely run the clock down. Derek Daly had to get across there on Waters. Conceded a free kick, and there's about 2.5 minutes left in this game.
Yeah, there's not going to be any rush to take this free kick.
And there's absolutely nobody gone forward here for Cabinteely. They've left their back four intact, and two players sitting in front of them, Aspel and O'Neill. It's a Cabinteely throw. So Athlone could be staring at their first defeat of the season. Shelbourne have actually equalised in the 92nd minute. Ryan Brennan. So Cabinteely just looking to kill time up in that corner. So the results at this stand would still leave Athlone Town top of the first division on 13 points, with UCD and Shelbourne on 12 right behind. But all is not lost yet. There may be one last chance for Athlone if they can get it in the box. Ball goes in over the top. It's dropped down. It's going to be picked up by Payne. Payne plays it, tries to play forward to Waters. Waters is going to be offside, but Slingerman is going to have to keep that in play and recycle the play really quickly, get it back up the pitch. He's going to step forward. Plays it long, it's dropped short. Duna can't get a hold of it. Right back plays it up. Again, Owen Massey into the stand. We're inside the last minute of time added on. Hollywood throws it across to Dylan Hand. Dylan Hand has McKenna. Oh, he miskicks it. Shingerman has to work hard to get back on his line. Hand. Well, Not sure, I thought it was a free kick myself. With Jordan Payne is the only player. Ball is played forward, it's kept in by Barnes, who has Aspel behind him. Looks like at this stage that Cabinteely are going to pick up all 3 points. And that's the full-time whistle. Athlone Town's first defeat of the season. Cabinteely come away with a 2-1 win here from Lissy Woolen. But as it stands, Athlone still stay top of the first division. Big win for Cabinteely, having lost those 3 points during the week. They're still in. They're into 5th place now, Cabinteely, so they'll be very happy with that. Pat Devlin will be happy having come back to his old club here and picked up 3 points away from home. They're now on 9 points. Treaty United are on 10. They just conceded a late equaliser up in Talca Park. Shelburne are on 12 points in third. UCD are on 12 points in second. And Athlone Town still top of the table on 13 points despite their first defeat of the season here at Lissy Woolen. Tom, Athlone had a lot of chances though, and they'll rue those missed chances now.
Yeah, it's come back to haunt them, obviously losing 2-1. They had enough of chances to get away and win the game. Curtis Berman another night could have had a hat-trick. But then to take nothing away from Cabinteely, the second goal was a wonder strike. In fairness to Mitchell Byrne and Blackburn at 2 centre halves, the last 20 minutes, anything that came in, they never shied away. Zach O'Neill just sat in front of the back four for the last 20 minutes for Cabinteely. As you said, they have loads of experience on the line with the manager and assistant manager. But yeah, Cabs is going to be very disappointed that Athlone didn't at least get a draw here tonight. They had enough of chances, as you said. There'll be games that they might only have 1 or 2 of them chances and come away with a win, but that wasn't to be tonight. Yeah,
and I suppose the goals conceded, the second goal by Hanrahan was a really top class strike from about 25-30 yards out, and again nobody would have saved that strike. The first goal, maybe the headed clearance from the cross, nobody reacted. Maybe that's something that Athlone need to look at. But they're the 2 goals they conceded. Got back in it with a long ball over the top, a switch of play where Wickstead put the Cabinteely defence under pressure. I think it resulted in an OG, and I'm not sure whether it was Mitchell Byrne or it was Dean Casey, I think, were in there. But it ended up in the back of the net. It gave Athlone a lifeline. Still had chances. Curtis Berman, another great strike, Tom. After that, Adam Hayden made some good saves tonight. Can't take it away from him. He'll be very happy with his night's work.
He did, yeah. He done his job tonight. Listen, Athlone obviously going to be very, very disappointed. First defeat of the season, but there's an awful lot of positives there. They were creating chance after chance. Just didn't happen for them tonight in front of goal. Didn't really give away a whole lot at the back tonight. Listen, it was the second goal was as good a goal as you're going to see. There was a super strike, Slingerman. Nothing you could do about it. But listen, back to the drawing board. First defeat the season. I'm sure Cabs will get them in again on Sunday morning and just move on to next week.
Yeah, this is it. And look, nobody ever thought that Athlone would run through the season beating everybody and staying unbeaten. But sometimes a defeat can help you reset and refocus, Tom. And I know they're back in tomorrow morning. They'll be training here, and they're back in the bank holiday Monday. So it'll be heads up again. And still top of the table. The great start. That's the benefit of a good start. You can take a defeat, and they're still top of the table. Big games coming up against Cove, Treaty and Shelburne in the next couple of weeks. They'll be the 3 games that are left before the end of the first phase of the 3 rounds of fixtures. As I say, Adrian, he'll be realistic. He has been realistic. He knows that there's going to be days like this, and I know he'll react very well, because he just made a point. He made a point last night in just at training. He's saying like that. We hadn't won a game in pre-season, and it was a lot of doom and gloom with certain people, and maybe some of the fans were wondering what was happening this season. But the league form has been very good, and look, this is going to happen. Cabinteely took their chances, we say, and Athlone didn't, and that really sums up the game.
Yeah, listen, it's back to the drawing board. An awful lot of positives, a few things to work on, but I still think that if you ask Cabsy at the start of the season, if he had 4 wins, a draw of his first 6 games, he would have took it.
Absolutely, that's for sure. And in the first division tomorrow, the only other game of the weekend is Galway are away to Cove. So again, Athlone has 3 games left in the first round of fixtures. They've Treaty, Cove and Shelburne. There'll be nothing easy there. Shelburne's going to be a massive game as well, but they seem to have dug themselves out tonight. Last update we had, they got a late equaliser in the 92nd minute at home to Treaty, who've had a brilliant start for a new club in the team. And we must remember as well, and I had a good chat with Pat Devlin before the game. Pat was saying, firstly, Cabinteely are a young club in League of Ireland terms, and just trying to develop their resources, and he's working really hard. He's very proud of the underage structures up in Cabinteely, as we are here in Athlone, and he sees a future for those players coming through. He knows he lose players to bigger clubs that can offer better deals, but he does hope to have a club structure that will regenerate the players. And I know some of the guys there, Dylan Foley, great coach at their 14s, another guy, Paul Hosey, and doing my A licence with Paul with Cabinteely, involved in the underage structures. Eddie Wallace, of course, doing great work in Cabinteely. They're a fine club and they're doing things really, really well. So I think we sum it up, Tom, just saying, just not Athlone's night in front of goal. Another night, could have been 3 or 4 goals up, but that's football, as you said earlier on.
Yeah, listen, they created enough of chances to win the game. Just the ball wasn't going to go in the back of the net tonight. They'll be very, very disappointed. A lot of positives, but listen, get back at it again next week. Yeah,
back in the horse. 2 away games coming up, and I think no, all is not lost. It's early days, still top of the table, and it's a nice position to be in after 6 games. So we'll leave it at that. Thank you for tuning in, and again, thank all our sponsors. And again, as always, Quinn AV, Anthony Quinn, has all the talent behind the scenes here, all the technology, and he's the wizard that brings all these live streams out so well. And I say we'll be doing more of the same for the rest of the season here from all the games. And from Tom Silk and myself, Gordon Brett, we're delighted to be doing the commentary here, and we hope you enjoyed the game despite the defeat for Athlone. If you're a Cabinteely fan, I'm sure you enjoyed it that little bit better, and we won't begrudge you the 3 points this time. So we'll sign off there, and thank you for watching in. Bye bye.